Top 6 of the most valuable banknotes from around the world. Ever wondered what the most valuable banknotes from around the world are? Our list of the top 6 most valuable banknotes from around the world might help you out. The banknotes on this list were selected not only based on price but also rarity and desirability. Let's begin. (2015) Special £5 British banknotes. Special £5 British banknotes. There currently exists 4 £5 banknotes in the world that are unlike any other. To generate publicity, these 4 limited edition versions were created with a tiny portrait of Jane Austen done by micro-engraver Graham Short. The micro-engraving was placed next to Big Ben on the £5 note and are valued at around £50,000 by collectors today. Although 3 have been discovered in circulation, 1 remains unaccounted for by the public. The 70-year-old artist painstakingly carved tiny 5mm portraits of the novelist onto the polymer cache, next to the images of Sir Winston Churchill and Big Ben. Classic quotes from Emma, Pride and Prejudice, and Mansfield Park have also been engraved onto the rare Bank of England notes, which went into circulation last weekend. The outline of the golden engraving is visible to the naked eye, but a microscope will be needed to see it properly. (1350 AD) The Hidden Ming Dynasty Banknotes. A hidden Ming Dynasty banknote. A Ming Dynasty note was recently found by auctioneers inside the head of a 13th century wooden sculpture. The sculpture was being examined for signs of damage that would affect its valuation when the crumpled note was discovered in the head cavity of the centuries-old wooden bust. The note was printed in the 3rd year of the brutally oppressive Ming Dynasty and reads, "This banknote has the same function as coins. Those who counterfeit banknote will be beheaded. The whistleblower will be rewarded 250 liang silvers plus all the properties of the criminal." The note and sculpture together sold for $35,806. Specialists at Musgreen Auctions in Australia discovered this Ming Dynasty banknote hidden inside the head of this 14th century Buddhist carving. The wooden sculpture represents the head of a Luohan, an enlightened person who has reached nirvana in Buddhist culture. Ming Dynasty banknotes year 1350 AD. Ming Dynasty banknote. This Ming Dynasty note, collected by Dr. Ernest Eikenberry, is estimated to have been printed in roughly 1350 AD and is therefore a shade over 650 years old. The collector died in 2013 after spending years collecting Chinese coins and notes, and this note, thought to be the only one of its kind, was anticipated to fetch over $100,000 at auction. The note is the highlight lot of the auction and is believed to be unique in collector hands. The note, likely to be the only collectible example known, is from the Dr. Ernest A. Eikenberry collection. Eikenberry, who died October 30, 2013, was born in China while his parents were missionaries in Shaanxi province. He collected Chinese coins, early Chinese paper money, and monetary artifacts while living in China before he and his family were forced to flee China after the 1937 Japanese invasion. The note is printed on mulberry paper in a large vertical format. The design on the face shows 4 strings of cash coins at center with denomination above. The year is printed at lower left. The back design features Chinese lettering. The Ming Dynasty was the ruling dynasty of China for 276 years spanning from 1368 to 1644. During this banknote circulation period, 1368 until 1398, Zhu Yuanzhang or the Hongwu Emperor was in power. He was the founder and first emperor of the Ming Dynasty. This dynasty has often been considered one of the greatest eras of orderly government and social stability in human history, according to the catalog description. 1817, Australia's first official banknotes. Australia's first official banknote. If you're perplexed by 401ks and retirement savings, a great alternative might be to get your hands on some of Australia's original paper currency. Australia began printing banknotes in 1913, and it is said that just one single bill remains from the first printing. It was originally believed that none of these notes remained until a Scottish collection was found to contain a good condition one in 2005. The note is valued at $226,000 and is slated to be auctioned in Sydney, Australia. This one-of-its-kind Australian paper currency issued in 1817 is a collector's choice worldwide. It was the first paper currency that was printed in Australia, and only 110 shilling notes were printed on the first day. The amusing fact is that not even the Bank of New South Wales had a copy in its collection. When the whole world thought that this bill had beaten dust, one lovely note in amazingly good condition almost reincarnated in a Scottish collection. Counted as one of the costliest old notes of the world, this banknote is priced at $226,000. $1890, Red Seal Grand Watermelon. Most expensive U.S. paper money, $1,000 Grand Watermelon Bill. The most expensive paper money ever sold at auction is an extremely rare and very valuable Grand Watermelon $1,000 bill. Only 2 Red Seal Grand Watermelon bills were printed in 1890. The most money this very rare Grand Watermelon bill ever sold for at auction was back in 2014, a stunning $3.3 million. Grand Watermelon bill made news again in 2018 when it sold at over $2.04 million at auction. What makes this Grand Watermelon note special is the red seal on the face of Grand Watermelon paper bill. There are also brown seal Grand Watermelon notes, only 6 of brown seals exist. This most expensive money bill is called the Grand Watermelon because of its green striped zeros in the 1000 printed on the reverse, and therefore make it look like a watermelon. $1890, Brown Seal Grand Watermelon. The 1890 Grand Watermelon banknote. This American 1000 banknote is the most valuable banknote and coveted piece of antique currency in the world, having been sold at an Orlando auction for $3.29 million. Only 2 of these bills are said to remain in existence, with one being held at the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco. The note was printed in 1890 with a face value of $1,000, and got its nickname from the green stripes that curve down the zeros on the obverse side, making each numeral resemble a watermelon. The rarity, age, and unique design of this note makes it one of the most coveted worldwide. The Grand Watermelon note received its nickname due to the 3 zeros on the back. Paper Money Guarantee or PMG has graded and encapsulated the extremely rare FR 379A 1890, $1,000 Treasury note, considered to be the most famous U.S. note type. Commonly called the Grand Watermelon, the note received its nickname because the 3 zeros on the back resemble watermelons. PMG has graded this note extremely fine 45 net. This other specimen recently sold for $1,527,500, joining an exclusive group of $1 million notes. Only 7 examples of the Grand Watermelon are believed to exist and just 3 are in private hands. The note certified by PMG is attributed to the reference number Friedberg 379A, which is identified by the large brown seal. The Grand Watermelon notes were made as a result of the Sherman Silver Purchase Act of 1890, which required the U.S. Treasury to purchase up to 4.5 million ounces of silver at market prices. The silver was purchased with Treasury notes in denominations of $1 to $1,000 that could then be redeemed for either gold or silver coins. This earned the Treasury notes the nickname coin notes. These notes are popular because they could be redeemed for both gold and silver coins, as opposed to silver certificates that could only be redeemed for silver coins. This special status resulted in higher redemption rates which, combined with minuscule print runs for large denominations, resulted in an extremely low survival rate. The grand watermelon is not only historically important, but also a unique and highly desirable design. In 100 Greatest American Currency Notes, Q. David Bowers and David M. Sandman ranked this note type number 1.